All right, today's training video is going to be of Matt Rattay. This was shot on July 15th. As you know, Matt is one of our 77 kilogram lifters. He's coming along quite well. He's been training with us for about 9 months. He loves Instagram and social media and puts all of his training out there on the web. And I thought this would be a good time to give you guys a look into some of the training that Matt's been doing here at Lift Lab. This session particularly is one that's pretty interesting to show because it's definitely not Matt's best session. Coincidentally, no lifts from this session appeared on Instagram, which I think is an interesting point to talk about. But anyway, here's Matt warming up. This is typical just bar stuff. We have standard warm up, which is what he's doing right now. Even though he's advanced in the terms of the weight that he's lifting, he's still pretty new to the technical aspects in weightlifting. So this is just general bar warm up. Stuff you're not seeing is he was over there, foam rolling, doing some self-myofascial release, and just general light stretching. And typically, Matt will come in, do that for 15, 20 minutes, then get over to the bar, get warmed up. One of his favorite things to do is to trace the pattern and kind of get himself ready to snatch or clean and jerk heavy for the week. This session he's doing both lifts and relatively heavy. He has a snatch, clean and jerk, and squat in this lift. We're getting ready for nationals, and that's really all that he's doing every training session, trying to get really specific to the upcoming demands of the sport. You can learn a lot watching a lifter move with a light weight, kind of try to see what they're thinking, what their technique is, those sort of things. So here's Matt just trying to trace his path a little bit at 40 kilos, just starting to get the hips warmed up, the shoulders warmed up. Pretty typical training warm up for Matt. What you're not going to see is Matt is going to skip a whole bunch of weights and get to 120 kilo snatch. And what we're going to do is we're going to show you what it takes to work up heavy and kind of let you know how some of those sessions go. What he's going to be doing is 5 singles at 90% of his max. So today is a super heavy training day, and he's going to be going for 120 kilos, 5 singles. What you'll notice is some of these look way better than the others. Typically, even though it's 90%, 120 is what we call a minimums lift for Matt, which Matt can come in any day of the week, and although it's a high percentage, he can make 120 and make 120 repeatedly. A couple things that's going on is you'll notice he's wearing straps. His hands are pretty beat up from the training load, the training volume. It's not typically what we have our lifters do, but in some circumstances, it's quite okay. You can see Matt getting a little loose there in the bottom, and that was all indicative of his positioning straight off the floor. Again, these lifts are pretty inconsistent for Matt. He's usually technically a little bit better than this. The culmination of the week and the fatigue, something that's caught up to him. So we moved on from snatch to clean and jerk, and here's Matt warming up. This is his pre-bar warm-up. Again, we're gonna skip all the light weights and just get to the heavy stuff for the brevity and sake of time. But this is Matt doing what we call the Chinese jerk drill, because we stole it from some Chinese weightlifting video. And what he's doing is just simulating getting through the top of his jerk and then practicing that split, that shuffle, just trying to be quick and fast under the bar in his jerk. You'll see the exaggerated position on his toe, and that's what we consider getting through the top of the jerk and pushing all the way through the top of that lift to give you space and time to get a nice quality split. So here's Matt at 151. That looked way harder than it should. He caught it in the bottom, kind of crunched up, and he killed his breathing. You're going to see he's just going to drop it because he knows. He's obviously visibly upset. This is easy weight for him. Here's a little bit better. Still receiving the bar in a crunch forward position. Smooth dip, jerk drive. That's typically what a nice easy 151 will look like and feel like. Breathing for Matt has been an issue lately. Just he's been holding his breath a little bit too much. And you can also tell that in his clean start, his hips are getting a little higher than we would like if you're following the technique model that we present.
She's going to pull to her knees and shove her knees out. And she'll continue onto the hip, and you'll see the knees come back in after they've been in the split.